Very open betting race here, Greg. Our most open event of the night so far. Basically fours the field, each of three. I went with the Confederate Girl, who had no luck whatsoever last week. She's All Business as well tried as well. And they're about to go for the first leg of the Daily Double and main quadrilla out of WAGGA. Racing in the fifth of the night. The Queen's Portrait jumped away nicely from down along the inside and is going to be in the early lead for the early charge for the lead. Mac Charm has come away quickly as well. It won here last week when it came from off the pace. Tonight it's going to be the pacemaker. It settles in front now. Around the outside going Rock and Roll Queen as they settle and run through the first 300 or 400. Up on the outside next as they move out of the lane was Genesis Cullen, and the field is starting to sort out their order. Now three back on the inside is Little Black Dress, and on its outside She's All Business, who's one of the joint favourites. Over on the inside and four back Confederate Girl, followed by Miss Peabody, I'm Tilly Divine, and Let Us Pray was last of all as they lead out in 41 and 9, and they commence the circumnavigation of the bottom corner. The first lap's almost done in race 5, and the leader is Mac Charm. Takes them back to whence the assignment began and shows up by 2 metres. Rock and Roll Queen up on the outside sat second with no trail. The third horse on the inside is the Queen's Portrait, and then Genesis Cullen occupying one out and one back, smothered down the back section. On the inside, 3 back in about fifth position was Little Black Dress, being followed by She's All Business. Over along the inside was Confederate Girl, and it's being followed by Miss Peabody. I'm Tilly Divine is second last, and Let Us Pray is last of all as they come off the back in 32 and 7. It's a fairly soft lead for Mac Charm, who brings the field into the lane, and the bell chimes across the circuit now. Up on the outside is Rock and Roll Queen, has done a bit of work in the run. Marker line is the Queen's Portrait, followed by Genesis Cullen in the 1-1 trail. 3 back the inside, Little Black Dress as She's All Business carts forward now, and she gets off the marker on Confederate Girl. Miss Peabody goes up on the outside, so a fair bit of chopping and changing out of the straight past the bell. 31 and 7 the second split. They run about 64 and 2, and as they make their run down the back, the leader is still Mac Charm, and they're winding the wick noticeably now. She's All Business has whooshed up 3 wide. Rock and Roll Queen is still battling away in the middle. Further back, the Queen's Portrait. Confederate Girl strung up in traffic, getting a run through. On the back of Genesis Cullen, there was a breaker. Little Black Dress won't win. It's broken. It's going to run last. And up in front of it was Let Us Pray, and I'm Tilly Divine. They've come in towards the corner. On the inside, Mac Charm and She's All Business. They're being followed by Rock and Roll Queen. And to the outside, Genesis Cullen. Mac Charm still in front. She's All Business trying to level up. Mac Charm is holding on. The Queen's Portrait flying late. They hit the line. Mac Charm enough, got in. Makes it 2 on the trot here at WAGGA. Wins ahead to She's All Business. The Queen's Portrait close up third. In behind those, Confederate Girl was running on stoutly late. I'm Tilly Divine and Genesis Cullen are further back. They're being followed by Let Us Pray and Rock and Roll Queen. Well back was Miss Peabody, and the other one, I don't think it's completed the course. No, it hasn't. Little Black Dress didn't complete the course and was taken off the track up on the top